This exercise we have die Einladung. Lesen Sie die SMS, welche Antwort passt. What is Einladung? Die Einladung ideally means the invitation.
Yes, Manoj.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. So die Einladung is the invitation. And the verb here is einladen, which means to invite. Today we are going to talk about separable verbs. This is very important. So there are verbs which basically have two parts. And this part is called prefix. And this is the verb. For example, in this one, laden is the verb, ein is the prefix. Hi, Prajit. Good morning.
Good morning, Manoj.
Prefix. Now, what else can we consider as prefix? So prefix are all the prepositions. All the prepositions plus the ein word. Whenever you see the ein verb, this word, particularly there with the verb, it has to be considered as a prefix before verb, be it any verb. Okay, all the prepositions. What exactly the role of this prefix and the concept of separable verb is, when we frame a sentence, this prefix ideally go in the last part of the sentence. For example, ich lade dich ein. The sentence is going to be over with the prefix. The prefix will go in the end. Verb here. Verb remain at second position, but the prefix will go in the end. And there are no exceptions. There are certain rules when to consider a prefix and when to send the verb in the end. There are a few things. Let us say I have another verb called einschalten. Einschalten is to switch on. To switch on. If I conjugate this verb, ich schalte, this will go in the end. I'm switching it on. I am switching it on. Ich schalte ein. I have another verb, let's say einsteigen. Einsteigen is to step in, to go in, right? You are going to board a metro. So to get into the metro is called einsteigen. So ich steige ein. The sentence is going to be over with the prefix. The rule to break or conjugate the verb remains same. Whatever we have learned so far, regular verbs, irregular verb, that remains same. There is no difference. But when we use the prefix will go in the end. No exceptions. That's all about separable verbs. We will be doing more examples and we'll try to find out more separable verbs in this one. Another verb which you, yes, continue.
Yeah, Manoj. So, like we last time we did modal verbs. So in that, the second verb will go to end.
That's correct.
Right. So if we have modal verb and this separable verb together, like I want to invite you.
Correct.
So which will go? Which word will go to the end?
Exactly. This is what I was about to tell. When we have modal verb, there is not, because this verb has to be, this is my infinitive form, right? And which verb is supposed to be there with the modal verb? Which verb is supposed to be there? It is supposed to be the verb in infinitive form.
Infinitive.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that is my infinitive form. We will not change it then. It is not going to be changed, right? So ich möchte dich einladen. Ich möchte dich einladen. We'll not change it because that is my infinitive form, right? That doesn't require any breaking. Getting
Okay.
my point? Yeah,
Hmm.
we will not change it. We will only break the verb if the breaking is required for this verb, or this verb is to be conjugated or used. We will only change it. Otherwise, we'll not change this verb. So what could this mean now? If I go back to this page, die Einladung. What is this die Einladung?
The invitation.
The invitation. That's right. So if I read this question, lesen Sie die SMS, read the SMS, which answer is suitable or is connected to this question? What could this question mean? Heute Abend grillen bei uns. What could this mean? Grillen. What is the verb grillen? Grillen is?
To grill.
That's to grill. Correct. Bei uns, at us. Today evening, grilling at our place. Kommt ihr? Are you coming? Are you coming? Mario plus Elena. Who is inviting? Who is inviting? It's Mario
Mario
and
and
Elena
Elena.
are
and Elena.
inviting. Correct. So can we read the sentence? Santi, can you read the first one, please?
Danke für die Einladung.
Yeah.
Morgen haben wir keine Zeit. Aber vielleicht am Wochenende.
Aber vielleicht am Wochenende. Danke für die Einladung. Morgen haben wir keine Zeit, aber vielleicht am Wochenende. What could this mean, Santi?
Thank you for inviting.
Thank you for the invitation.
Okay, thank you for the invitation.
Ja. Morgen haben wir keine Zeit.
Today we don't have time.
No, morgen is not today.
Tomorrow.
Morgen is tomorrow. Correct. Tomorrow we have no time. Aber vielleicht am Wochenende.
Aber vielleicht.
What is vielleicht? What is vielleicht? Perhaps.
Okay.
Maybe, but maybe on weekend.
Maybe on weekend.
Okay. Can this be the answer of this question or the invitation? Can we consider this?
No.
No. Why? There is a reason. Why we cannot?
Because they are inviting for today evening and
Correct.
we don't have time tomorrow.
Absolutely. And I am talking about tomorrow. Makes no sense. Okay. B. Go ahead. Jill.
Gern. Wir kommen und bringen das Fleisch mit. Bis später.
Now you see, what is this mit word doing in the end? What is this mit verb doing in the end?
With them.
Correct. But what is it doing in the end? What it could be now? What could be the use of?
It's a prefix of a separable
Correct.
verb.
Correct. Whenever you see any preposition sitting in the end of the sentence, that has to be the preposition. It will come to the second verb. So what could be the verb?
Mitbringen.
No. Yeah, correct. That's correct, because it is connected to bringen. So it is mitbringen, means to bring along. Mitbringen means to bring along. Okay, we are coming and we will bring the meat along. To bring along. Bis später. Till then. Can this be the answer?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. C. Okay, who is doing Ankush? Please do that.
Wo steht ihr? Wir wollten schon, das Session ist gleich fertig.
Okay. Wo seid ihr? Where are you all? Where are you all? Where are you all means? Wo seid ihr? Where are you all? Wir warten schon. We are already waiting. Das Essen ist gleich fertig. The meal is almost over. Or is over soon. Can this be the answer of this one?
No, B would be.
B is the correct answer. Correct. Now we see this text. Mario und Elena planen das Abendessen. What is Abendessen?
Dinner.
Dinner. So they are planning the dinner. Hören Sie und lesen Sie das Telefongespräch. Listen and read the telephone conversation. Ergänzen Sie die Einkaufszettel. Arrange the shopping cart. You shopping slip, right? You when you go for a shopping, you just note down everything on a piece of paper. That's called Einkaufszettel, your shopping slip. Just listen to the conversation and read it along.
Wir machen den Salat und kaufen die Getränke.
Tell me it's
Und
audible.
Katrin und Lukas kaufen das Fleisch
Ja.
und die Würstchen.
Yes.
Okay, was brauchen wir denn noch für den Salat? Haben wir alles?
Moment. Karotten, Salz und Essig haben wir. Wir brauchen Tomaten, Oliven, Öl, eine Gurke und Getränke. Ach, und ein Stück Käse. Wir haben keinen Käse mehr.
Gut. Ich gehe zum Markt und kaufe das Öl, die Tomaten, die Gurke und die Oliven. Und ein Brot nehme ich auch mit.
Prima. Ich kaufe den Käse und die Getränke im Supermarkt.
Und dann essen wir ein Eis im Valentino.
Ja, das ist eine gute Idee. Also dann, bis gleich.
Aufgabe 6b.
Discussing on what to be bought from the supermarket.
Correct. So can we go line by line? Okay. Arvind, would you mind please, Prajit, would you mind please delivering this conversation? So Prajit is the green one. And let's say green one is who didn't get chance? Arvind, Prajit and Arvind. Go ahead. The green is Prajit.
Wir machen den Salat und kaufen die Getränke und Katrin und Lukas kaufen das Fleisch und die Würstchen.
Okay, was broken wir denn noch für den Salat? Haben wir alles?
Moment. Karotten, Salz und Eisen haben wir. Wir brauchen Tomaten, Oliven, Öl,
Good morning,
Hi, Bhuvi.
ein Gurke und Getränke. Ach, und ein Stück Käse. Wir haben keinen Käse mehr.
Gut, ich gehe zum Markt und kaufe das Öl, die Tomaten, die Gurke und die Oliven und ein Brot nehme ich auch mit.
Prima. Ich kaufe den Käse und die Getränke im Supermarkt.
Correct. Now, can we find out separable verb here? We have one separable verb in this sentence. Can we find out which one? Do you see this?
Und this one.
This mittag is again in the end. What is it doing? What could be the verb? Mitnehmen, to take along. to take along. This is the only identification. Whenever you see a verb sitting in the end or the last part of a sentence, it has to be the part of the main verb. It has to be considered as a prefix. Okay, wir machen den Salat und kaufen die Getränke und Katrin und Lukas kaufen das Fleisch und die Würstchen. What does that mean? Why it is den Salat?
Hello, Manoj.
Hi, Bhuvi.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me please. Am I audible?
Yes, Manoj.
Yeah, Bhuvi, am I audible? Okay. So why it is den Salat? Because the article is accusative. The article is there and this is my accusative part. We make the salad. Nominative part is wir. Salat becomes my
Accusative.
Accusative. That's why it is there. Und kaufen die Getränke and buy the drinks. What is this part then? Is it also my accusative part? Bhuvi, hi. Am I audible, Bhuvi?
Yeah, now you are audible.
Yeah. Okay. There was a network issues from your end, perhaps.
Okay.
Die Getränke, drinks. This is also my accusative part. So in accusative, der becomes den. Das remains das. Die remains die. And this is the plural one. We buy the drinks. We make the salad and we buy the drinks. Und Katrin und Lukas kaufen das Fleisch und die Würstchen. Das Fleisch und die Würstchen. What is das Fleisch und die Würstchen?
Meat
and sausage.
Sausages.
Correct. Okay, was brauchen wir denn noch für den Salat? What is that? What does that mean?
What do we still need then for the salad?
Correct. What's brauchen? Verb is brauchen. Now let's try to understand the conjugation of the verb brauchen here. The verb is brauchen. Which verb was also used? Nehmen. So, ich, du, er, sie, es, wir, ihr, sie, sie. This is my regular verb. This is my irregular verb. So we know the rules of regular. Can we please try to break the verb brauchen as per the rules? Can we please try?
Ich brauche B-R-A-U-C-H-E.
Brauche. Brauche.
Du brauchst.
Yeah. Du.
B-R-A-U-C-H.
S-T.
S-T. Yeah.
Wir brauchen. Braucht. Brauchen. The verb nehmen. Please leave this do part and RZ part. RZS. Rest everything remains same as per regular rules. Please do that.
Naming.
Ich nehme.
Correct? Ich nehme
Wir NEHEMST.
No, don't do this one. Don't do and RGS. Just rest.
Okay. Wir
Nehmen,
yeah.
Nehmt, nehmen.
Nehmen.
The only change in irregular verbs, it happen in do and RGS. So we will talk about why the changes happen. We are going to talk about the rules, how it actually happens. So it says, wir brauchen Tomaten, Oliven, Öl, eine Gurke und Getränke. We need tomatoes, olives, oil, Gurke, Gurke is cucumber, and drinks. Und Getränke. Ein Stück Käse. Stück Käse means Stück, piece, a piece of cheese. Ein Stück Käse, a piece of cheese. Wir haben keinen Käse mehr. We don't have cheese anymore. Gut. Ich gehe zum Markt und kaufe das Öl. I am going to the market and buying the oil. Die Tomaten, tomatoes, die Gurke, Cucumber und die Oliven. Und ein Brot nehme ich auch mit. And one bread I'm also going to take. I'm also going to, take along. Prima. Prima is wonderful. Ich kaufe den Käse und die Getränke im Supermarkt. I'm buying the cheese and drinks in supermarket. We are going to listen to the audio once again, and we find out who is bringing what.
Manoj, which page is this?
This is page number 44 of the PDF, the Netzwerk A1, Part A1. It's my chapter number 4, exercise is 6B.
Exercise, okay, thank you.
Okay, now from that audio we are going to listen. We have to find out who is bringing what, and we just arrange it in an order.
Aufgabe 6b.
Audible?
Wir machen den Salat und kaufen die Getränke. Und Katrin und Lukas kaufen das Fleisch und die Würstchen.
Okay, was brauchen wir denn noch für den Salat? Haben wir alles?
Moment. Karotten, Salz und Essig haben wir. Wir brauchen Tomaten, Oliven, Öl, eine Gurke und Getränke. Ach, und ein Stück Käse. Wir haben keinen Käse mehr.
Gut. Ich gehe zum Markt und kaufe das Öl, die Tomaten, die Gurke und die Oliven. Und ein Brot nehme ich auch mit.
Prima. Ich kaufe den Käse und die Getränke im Supermarkt.
Und dann essen wir ein Eis im Valentino.
Ja, das ist eine gute Idee. Also dann, bis gleich.
Yeah. Do we have it ready? What is Marcos bringing? Mario.
And also brought.
Brot. Mario is bringing brot too. Correct. Now, as I said, whenever we buy something, let's say I am bringing something. That means there is a subject who is bringing and an object, whatever is brought. So, ich kaufe den Käse. What is my nominative part in the sentence? What is the nominative part?
Ich.
Ich. And accusative part is Käse. Ich kaufe den Käse. In the first side, in this side, you see, these all sentences are the nominative one because I have used the verb sein. Sein verb is used. Correct? And in the second sentence, if I see, let me just annotate here. Ist, sind. These are my nominative sentences. In second sentence, I mean, the right side of the this one, in these sentences, I have verb kaufen. That means buy, and that means somebody is buying something. Who and what together, if you remember the rules. Correct? It's who and what together. Ich kaufe. This particular part, this section after the verb is all accusative. Before the verb is always nominative. This is very important to understand. Before the verb, it is nominative. After the verb, it is accusative. So whatever verb we have, if it has something to do with action, then it becomes my accusative one, and we follow the rules of accusative. So just quickly revision of accusative pronouns. What are my accusative pronouns? If I go back, why I am not using your one? Why I am using open? I have created your files. 6th June. What was the last? 12th June. Yeah. June 30th. Yeah, it's graphic. So if I quickly remember my accusative one, first we talk about articles. What are my articles? Nominative, accusative. So der, die, das, ein, eine, ein, die, die. What are my accusative? What would be my accusative one?
Den, die, das,
einen, eine, ein, die. So the change we have, this der becomes den, and this ein becomes einen. That's the only change. If I quickly do a revision of personal pronouns, personal pronomen, nominative, accusative. The way I am writing, you have to, keep revising and writing it down every time. So, ich, du, er, sie, es, wir, ihr, sie. Ich, mich, du, dich, er, ihn, sie remains sie, es, wir, uns, ihr, euch, sie remains sie remains sie. Is that correct? So let's go back to this one. If I try to do this exercise, ich kaufe den Käse, den einen. What would be the plural form or negation? Let's say on the right side, we have to find the negative article. What would be my negative article then? Den einen. It is kein. Article is ein, becomes einen. Kein will become keinen. So, den, einen, keinen Käse. Den Käse, einen Käse, keinen Käse. Das Brot. Das, ein, kein. Das Brot, ein Brot, kein Brot. Gurke, die Gurke. Eine Gurke, keine Gurke. Ich kaufe die Gurke. Ich kaufe eine Gurke. Ich kaufe keine Gurke. Ich kaufe die Tomaten. Plural. In accusative, it remains die. In nominative, it is die. Accusative, it is die. So this would be ich kaufe die Tomaten or keine Tomaten. We do not have any plural form of such articles.